Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new solo album by former Styx frontman Dennis DeYoung called 26 East Volume 2. Just came out on June 11th of 2021, and it is the follow-up to the album that came out a year ago, simply called 26 East Volume 1, which is a fantastic album. I have done a separate review on it. I'm going to leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. But we are going to dive into this brand new album here. But before we do, if you are new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like. All those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And by subscribing, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music, just like this, with taking a look at the brand new Dennis DeYoung solo album, 26 East Volume 2. And we're going to dive into that, but I want to give you guys a bit of context. So we're going to back up here a bit. The beginnings of what would become Styx actually formed way back in 1961. So 60 years ago. However, it would be 11 years since their first performance that they would sign a recording contract in 1972, at which time they changed their name to Styx. So the first taste of success finally arrives in 1973 with the Dennis DeYoung song Lady, and Dennis would write and sing lead on 7 top 10 Billboard Hot 100 singles for Styx, including Babe, which went all the way to #1, Mr. Roboto, which went to #3, along with Show Me the Way and The Best of Times. Don't Let It End went to #6, along with Lady, and then Come Sail Away went to #8. And in 1984, he started a solo career and he released Desert Moon, a very successful album for him that actually spawned another Billboard Hot 100 hit, the self-titled track itself, Desert Moon, which went to #10, giving him a total of 8 Billboard Hot 100 hits. The album itself would be certified gold. And then in 1986, he releases his second solo album, Back to the World. While not as successful as the first album, it did feature the song This Is the Time from the movie Karate Kid 2, which was one of my first experiences actually being exposed to his solo work. And then in 1988, he releases his third solo album called Boom Child, a very underrated classic in my opinion. At that time, Styx would reunite in 1990 and release the successful album Edge of the Century, and in 1999 they would release Brave New World. But due to chronic fatigue syndrome and not being able to tour, Dennis was actually replaced in the band, and then it would be 8 years later, in 2007, when he would release 100 Years From Now, which is another really good album. If you're not familiar with it, I highly recommend it. And unfortunately, that would be the last new material from Dennis until he released 26 East Volume 1 a year ago. But instead of having to have a long wait between it, we get this one here, Volume 2, just 1 year later. Really excited about that. So let's dive into it. It's his 8th solo album overall, and of course, follow-up to Volume 1. Part of what he's calling his long goodbye, as he has said, this is his last studio album. So title from this actually comes from the address where Dennis lived and he grew up, and it's where Styx formed. So fitting title if there ever was one. And the music on here is once again epic in classic Styx fashion, and it stands with the best of Styx's material, like Crystal Ball, The Grand Illusion, or Paradise Theater. A perfect way to end things and bring things full circle, in my opinion. Certainly going to miss him, but he's doing a great job wrapping things up here. The album itself also has the track The Grand Finale, a cover of the Styx classic from The Grand Illusion, which is just one more way that he is tying it all up even more so. And if very fitting, farewell to a true rock legend, with that being the last track on the album. Dennis, once again, he's working with Jim Petterick, just like he did on the last album, Jim Petterick being from Survivor, so bringing in some real interesting collaborations there. And the album, again, is full of a wide range of styles that includes 1960s pop, orchestration, melodic rock, pop rock, and theatrical rock, along with AOR, all mixed together. Vocally too, the album is sounding very much like Styx of old, especially in all of its harmonizing. And there's a lot of great tracks on here, but I'm going to talk about 5 of these. So track #2, Land of the Living, is a catchy upbeat song with pop influences and just a great mix of guitars and keyboards throughout that one. Track #3, The Last Guitar Hero, is a nice hard rockin' song with an actual guitar hero performing on it. We got Tom Morello of Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine guesting. It's an odd pairing, but it actually works really well together. Who would have thought these two would have actually been pairing up and recording together? I certainly never would have imagined that. Track #5, which is probably my favorite song on here, Proof of Heaven, an uplifting, positive piece of music. This song sounds like a lost Styx classic in my opinion. Just theatrical, powerful all the way through. Track number 8, Saint Quarantine. It's an odd title, but lyrically, it's about coming out of the pandemic, and it's got some nice changes musically throughout it. And then track number 11, The Isle of Misanthrope. This one here provides commentary on the contemporary state of mankind, and it's one of the album's true epic songs. This one here easily could have fit on a Styx album like Crystal Ball next to the song Sweet Madam Blue. Give it a listen, see what you think. So let's take a look at the album. Front cover of it, very different than the last one. I'm surprised he didn't try to tie the two together album cover wise, but he went a completely different way. It looks like one of those Meet the Beatles kind of things. There's the back side of it, lyrics up top, got him driving away in his car, I guess wishing us all a fond farewell. The inside of it there, cool look of the old record label on it. And then he's got a picture here, a young self. There's the retiring self, I guess, in there. And the booklet itself here, unfortunately, there are no photos inside this. It's just full of lyrics all the way through, so I'm not going to really hit the whole thing, but you get the idea of it. I do really like that back cover. You can flip it around for whichever one you like there, but kind of a bummer that he didn't fill it full of photos and great stuff like that, especially since it's his last album. But bottom line, this one here picks up where Volume 1 left off. As a whole, I have to say this album is more consistent and in my opinion better than Volume 1, so really great way to be going out. If this is in fact his last solo album as he says it is, his genius is going to be sorely missed. The album itself is just beautiful, powerful, theatrical, it rocks. You know, it's all this stuff rolled into one, which is an amazing career-capping album if ever there was one. You know, what a true rock legend Dennis DeYoung is. Certainly going to be missed. If you are a fan of Styx or punk rock or anything like that, do yourself a favor, go out and check out this album, give it a listen. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, especially if you didn't already check out Volume 1. If you want to know more about that, again, check the link below in the description. I have a separate review for that album. You can check both of these out back to back. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're still around at this point, hopefully you really enjoyed the video. Please share it out on social media, help get the word out that way. I would also appreciate that. All right, everyone, take care. Have a good day. Go enjoy some Styx and some Dennis DeYoung. I certainly will. Bye, everyone.